morning, everyone. It's Coach Joanna here today for strength class. For strength class, you only need one type of item. I'm going to be using dumbbells today. I have light, I have heavy dumbbells. You guys can choose, use whatever you have. You'll still get a good workout in. If you don't have anywhere to lay down that's comfortable, so if you're on a hard surface, you might want to add a mat or a floor mat like I do as well. Other than that, all you need is music on your end, maybe a cup of water, and to follow along, I'm going to just move my camera slightly so you can see me in the frame. And that's it for today. So sorry if I turned crooked because I just moved the camera. But strength class, we're just gonna get warmed up. We're gonna just warm up our muscles, make sure that they're awake before we go right into our strength workout and use those muscles. So I'm going to use my floor mat. I'm going to get onto the ground and I'm going to get on my back side to do a glute bridge hold. So our heels are going to be on the ground. Drive those down into the ground. Maybe feel like they're pushing away without actually moving them as your hips rise. All right, going up in 3, 2, 1, hips up. We want a nice straight line as possible from our knee to our shoulder blades. And really dig those heels down if you haven't already. Dig them down. Squeeze those glutes. Your hips maybe go up a little bit higher. And we're just holding here, saying good morning. Especially if you're taking this in the morning as a replay or live. Whew. And relax. We're going to flip on over to our front side and we're just going to do a plank hold. You can do this a couple of different ways. If you're in a full plank, that's knees are up, we're in a nice straight line, hands under our shoulders. If you're not there yet, get your knees down, hips still open, still a nice straight line from our shoulders to our knee. All right, we're going to go up in 3, 2, 1, up. And I want you to tuck that tailbone under, rib cage up and in. Really engage the core muscles here, nice and strong. And just breathe, 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 breathe. Breathing while remaining tension in the core is a good challenge to practice. And during our planks is a good way to do that. And rest. We're going to flip back over to our glute bridge. This time we're going to do active glute bridges. All the way up, all the way down. Just as our part of our warm-up. Going up in 3, 2, 1. Hips up, active. Hips down, drive through those heels. Really tight core. Moves as one piece. As soon as you get up, come back down. Just not as fast as if you're doing a workout rep. Good. We're going to roll to our side. Yep. I want you to bend those knees in. We're going to keep our hands, get our elbow under our shoulder. And what we're going to do is reach forward and pull back. As we do this, I want you to lift this top knee up. Right? I think you know what we're getting at. And you're also going to lift your hip up. So we're going to lift our hip up to a side plank as we pull our arm back. So we're going to lift, pull, and we're going to push this hip forward as we do that. What we're also going to do is, as we lift up, top leg up, add a little bit more weight down into this side body. Ready? We're going to do 5. Up for 1, back down. Remember my hips go forward. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good, we're gonna switch sides. Same thing. Elbow under the shoulder, knees and hips are bent. Reach forward, we're gonna pull that back as we lift up. For a side glute bridge and go. 1, 2, hips come forward. 3, 4, and 5. Good, we're gonna go onto our plank hold again. This time we're gonna do plank and reach. So we're gonna do 10 total reaches overhead with alternating arms. All right, up in our plank hold. Alternate, feet are a little bit wider. Alternate or reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Drop to your knees, feet together, knees wide. Sit back, get a nice quick little stretch here in those arms. Breathing, breathing, breathing. It's going to be fun today. Our muscles are warmed up, so we're going to stand on up. We're gonna take one ankle, quad stretch, open up those hips. Whew. Reach up high, squeeze those glutes. Switch sides. Again. And again. Good. We're gonna go and take one heel forward, straighten that leg. Sweep back and through. Alternate foot. Sweep the hips back. Sweep your arms through. Hips back, sweep the arms through. One more time. All right. Make sure you have your water nearby. Got my water here. Dumbbells or something similar that you can hold in your hands. Maybe it is your water bottle. Maybe that is your weight for today. That's perfectly fine. Get your dumbbells any weight. We are going to begin with a wide stance outside of our shoulders, foot. And we're going to go alternating either side. So we're gonna lean towards one way, right? And then we're gonna lean towards another way. We're gonna take our hands with that. We're gonna go opposite foot. So our hips are going back. Make sure the hips go back as we reach towards one side of the foot. All right, we're just gonna do a few of those to start to warm up, and then we're gonna add a little something to it. All right, ready, and go. Side 1, side 2. If you didn't put on your music yet, make sure you do. It makes it a little bit more fun. Drive through, press through that heel to stand, that outside foot. Last one, hold here. We're gonna do the same thing, except we're gonna do alternating rows. So when we're here, we're gonna row our outside foot in, come back, row inside foot, or inside arm. I don't know, I'm saying foot. So instead of, or you can alternate outside arm out, row, back up, here, row, back up. We are just rowing that arm. You can join me now. Getting a nice little alternating row in here for our arms, keeping our chest slightly up, nice and straight. Yep, keep going. If you want to, and you feel it as we kind of go through, we can go in alternating sides around the knee, right? It seems a little weird, but if you can kind of go with it and stay low. Got one more coming in. And rest. Awesome. Warmed up our legs a little bit, warming up our arms there a little bit. We're gonna go into a curtsy lunge, something pretty easy. And we're gonna go lift those arms up, right? Back of the palm, lift arms up. You wanna do light weights. If you don't have light weights, use your fist. Feel like you're going against something, pressing down your arms as you lift them. And we're just gonna do a slight curtsy lunge, alternating, all right? 3, 2, 1, and go. Don't worry, just stay with me, just stay moving. I will tell you when to stop. There is no timer. There's no set reps that you guys need to be aware of. Just follow along today. Notice I'm using my breath to help with my core engagement and breathing like I talked about. And our warm-up. Last one. Good. And rest. We're gonna go right into our kickstand. 1 foot forward, 1 foot slightly behind. That foot slightly behind. You're gonna be on your toes, meaning we're gonna work that front foot. All right? If you want to, you can always lift this leg as part of that, or you can keep the toe down. All we're doing is leaning or reaching forward, working the hamstring of this back leg, or front leg. So for your visual, front leg, back leg kickstand, just to make sure we're balanced. We're going to send our hips back as we reach down, keeping that back straight as much as possible. So number 1, I don't go lower, where I can't keep the back straight. I'm gonna squeeze to stand through my glutes and hamstrings, drive through that front heel, right? Well, let's do it. Join me now. That back foot is just for balance. Nice and hard, drive through, stand. Last one, and then switch sides, same thing. Other foot back, kickstand, and we're gonna reach down and stand through, right? Reach down, stand through. Keep going. Join me if you haven't already. Find your balance. Spread those toes. Good, you should feel this in your front foot hamstring, your front leg hamstring. If not, send those hips back a little bit more and squeeze them as you stand. Make sure you engage the backside of the body. Few more. Last one. And rest, going back to the same front leg that we started with. Same thing. This time, I want you to, if you can stay with the kickstand, or you can go, maybe I'll face you, or you can lift that back leg and you can go into, what do we call these? A single leg deadlift, right? We can go right into that balance. I don't think I'll be doing that today. Once you come up from that balance, I want you to bring that knee forward. So come up from that balance, single leg, knee forward, curl, bicep, right? Deadlift, curl, bicep. So focus on one spot. We're gonna go down and up, all right? If you can't go back without losing balance, stay here, it's okay. We're gonna go down. We're still gonna go up into that balance in the front, okay? Find your position. We're gonna try it facing the side, a little bit of an angle. Wide toes, spread those toes, anchor down our pinky toe or front toe and our heel as much as possible. We're gonna go back down, same thing with those deadlifts, except we're gonna reach that heel back if you can. Come up, bicep curl, balance. Again, right to it. Good, cool, tight core. Whew. You got this. This is not my forte. You can't tell. Nope, I don't think I'm feeling it. Going to that kickstand. Leaning and reaching all that weight on that front heel, front leg. 2 more. Last one. And same thing, other side. See if I have a little bit more balance here. All right. Single leg, RDL. Right into that bicep curl. You got this, guys. Doing awesome. Nice, long spine. Just even a balance is tough here. Just that alone, which is a good strength workout for our tendons and muscles of our ankles, our legs, working on that core stability. And maybe not getting your eyes all the way around. Last one. Good, and rest. Put those down. We're gonna stretch out those legs right now, especially if you feel them. If you have a wall, get that toe up. Just sit back. If not, we're gonna do those reach throughs and stand. Whatever kind of works for you. Whew. Side to side. If you need a sip of water, get a sip of water. 2 more here. All right. Going into our next one, we're gonna warm up our arms a little bit more. If you haven't been feeling it as much in your arms, maybe you got some light weight, then now you'll feel it a little bit more. We're gonna get them activated. If you have some heavier weights, go at your own pace today, right? Don't go too hard if you need to, especially if you're doing something upper body where it's being really challenged. You're gonna do less reps. You're just gonna go when I say go, stop when I say stop. Do a good pace where you can. We're gonna start doing those bent over rows again, right? So we wanna, what we just did, that kickstand, hips go back, lean forward, but our feet are gonna be next to each other. Our chest is nice and parallel to the ground as much as possible, while remaining straight back. Our arms are gonna hang just under our shoulders, closer to our body, and we are going to row both at the same time. Elbows go to the sky, right? Let's just start with that. Let's do 5 of these. Just rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want you to stay here. When you bend those elbows, by those elbows, hands come closer to the body. Everything stays the same, nothing else changes. And then I want you to just take your hand and elbow walking out at the same time to come up, right? I want everything to come up at the same time, not just hands, not just elbows, both at the same time, right? We're gonna reach and pinch those shoulder blades on the back, going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest those elbows. Stand up if you need to stretch. Again, get in that position. Soft knees, hips back, and row. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay here, long arms, bend those elbows. 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Stand on up. Going to do one more set of 5. Again, hips back, arms long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bend those elbows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo! Stand on up. Stretch out those backs, stretch out those arms if you need to. Whatever you need to do there. All right. Going back onto our mats here. I want you to get in a position. Just fold that for myself. Where we're going to go back into our glute bridge position. All right. So again, if you have maybe, I think you guys can do any weight. I know you have what you can handle. your upper body. We're gonna have one dumbbell each hand. We're gonna go back into our glute bridge, and we're gonna go in a glute bridge hold. So I'm gonna hold my hips up high, and I'm gonna keep them high this whole time. And I want you to bring your elbows, if they're hugging the body, out slightly, just air it out. I don't want you to bring them while they're straight in line with the shoulders. I want just in between, a nice 45-degree angle. Drive those heels down. We're gonna do a floor press, straight over the shoulder, straight over the chest, and come back. Press, come back, hips up. Press, back down. Press, back down, hips up. Press, back down. Press. Stay with me. Come on, stay with it. Do a little bit of everything here. Keep pressing. 3, 2, 1. Hips down. All right, stay here. What I want us to do next is we're gonna go hips up. We're gonna take one leg, put it in the air and hold here. Even more of a challenge. Hands up, straight above your chest. Bring those palms in facing each other. I want you to take those elbows, bend by the elbows for a tricep extension. Keep that hip up, one single leg. Extend, we won't be here too long. 2, 3, elbows right over the shoulders. 4, 5, 6, hips up. 7, 8, hands down, hips down, foot down. Woo! All right, we're gonna do it again. 8 more, other leg is gonna be up. Ready? Hips up, one leg up. Try and keep that drive in that hip and that bottom leg. Arms up, palms facing each other. Bend at the elbow for 8, 7, 6, hips up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms down, hips down, foot down. All right, dumbbells to the side. We're gonna flip over to our belly, and we're gonna attempt something. You may or may not have done this before, and that's okay if you haven't. We are going to squeeze this between our belly. Put this between our feet. So if it's something light where you're able to do that, if not, something you can prop up by itself. We're gonna hold it between our feet, and we're gonna lay down. Core engaged to bring that rib cage up and in. And we're gonna extend the legs out wide, and we're just going to curl those in for a hamstring curl. All right, if you wanna try, you can do both dumbbells, that's okay too. But most importantly, get that space here. We push that in. I want you to open, rib cage up and in, right? Glutes, squeeze, tuck that tailbone under. You can rest that forehead on your hands. We're gonna go for 10. Extend nice and slow. 9. Extend, squeeze everything. 8. 7, core up and in. 6, keep squeezing the dumbbell, don't lose it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend it out long, drop the dumbbell. Stretch out those legs. We're gonna flip on over. That can be a really tough one for most of us. We might not be used to doing that. So we're gonna just interlace our fingers behind our thigh, toes towards our face, heel to the sky, straighten that leg, and back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, switch sides. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're gonna do it one more time. Same thing, between the feet. I'm gonna attempt to do 2 at a time. We'll see if that works. Really focus on keeping that core engaged, squeezing your feet together so you don't drop the dumbbell. It's right on your, the one part of the bell. And make sure it's between, I don't know if we're gonna do 2. That's okay. Yeah, I don't think so. 2's not gonna work. That's okay. Let's prop it up between the heels, right in the middle of the instep. Nice and squeezed here. Rib cage up and in. We're gonna do 10 again. 1, 2, 3, core tight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Extend those legs, drop the dumbbell. Whew. All right. Finishing here with our last movement of the day. Because we haven't really done too much with our core, even though every strength movement, if you haven't noticed, does use your core, require your core as an important part for whether it's balance or moving through the movement with a nice proper stance so you don't hurt your back, because it can be tough. We are going to just do, I might be switching it. We're going to do 1 hollow hold, if you can, or go into your dead bugs. So dead bugs, you should know what those are. Flat back, try and bring that lower back to the ground, alternating our arm and leg down, while keeping that lower back to the ground. You can do this, or you can extend those arms out, keeping that lower back down, maybe one leg, and alternate the legs. Or you can lift up those shoulders, lower back down, extend those legs out into a nice hollow body hold. Whatever works for you. I think I'm going to do 2 hands and alternate my legs. We're going to go in lower back down, flatten it. 3, 2, 1, alternate. Keep that lower back down. And rest. Whew. Stretch it out. If you did a ton of sit-ups like I did, then it is sore and tight. And we're going to end with one last thing. Plank hold. Nothing crazy, just holding it out on our elbows if you'd like, or your hands. Elbows if you are on under our shoulders. Shoulders back and down. Going up in 3, 2, 1. Hold. Hold, hold, hold. Rib cage up and in. Tailbone under. You want to press those legs without moving the feet, basically towards the sides of the mat. Press them out, press them out. Instead of pressing them in, press them out without moving them. 3, 2, 1, come down. I'm going to do an up dog for my little stretch here. And then I'm going to go into a child's pose for a nice little stretch here. Just stretch it out, nice breath. You're going to feed one arm all the way through. Do a nice little shoulder rinse. Whew. Same thing, other side. Breathe open. Feed it through. Open up. Extend those arms. Come on out. And of course, those hip flexors, always, 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 especially for sitting often right now, just opening up and relaxing. Make sure that tailbone's tucked under as we reach up and come back. Good, switch sides. I'm just doing about 4 or 5, reaching, 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 extending that back hip, coming back, not sitting in it too long. And we're gonna just close out with this last one. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Again, I'm Coach Joanna. If you haven't already, sign into class. Even if you're doing it as a replay, please let us know what you liked about the class, maybe your favorite movement, anything like that is also helpful for when we kind of switch up these classes again. Thanks for joining me for strength. I will see you guys again. All right, take care.